Thank you, Ms. Perez. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me today.
Thank you for meeting me.
It's a pleasure. As I know your time is valuable, I will begin the interview by giving you a job description. I will follow with questions that will give me insight about your goals, skills, abilities, and prior work experience. Let me start by introducing the early childhood education role that we have here at Children of St. Cecilia Preschool. The educator will be teaching children ages 4 to 5. It will be a co-ed classroom. All teaching should respect the cultural diversity of all children in the classroom. The class should always be maintained clean and safe in order to ensure that children have the proper space to learn and play. The yearly curriculum is set and should be followed accordingly. It is the educator's responsibility to use proper teaching mechanisms to engage students in play learning setting. Patience and empathy must be modeled at all times. Proper behavioral solutions should also be practiced. Educators are also expected to communicate with parents and update them on their students' achievements, participation in areas where there is room to grow. All problems need to be reported according to policy, and all higher administration should be notified immediately. Can you tell me a little bit about yourself?
Well, yes. I initially did not start working with children. That's a passion that I learned later. And I've been teaching upper elementary school now. And I really enjoy all ages. I really enjoy the little ones just because they're very curious.
Yes, they are.
Yes. Usually I've taught small classes, but I'm open to teaching larger ones too.
Larger ones. Okay. What made you choose early childhood education?
It's really fun to work with the little ones
Okay.
because they're just very curious about the world, and it's very rewarding to see the light bulb go off when they're learning.
Okay. Let me also ask you, what is your preferable teaching approach?
I believe that children are born curious, so I think that our job as educators is to be drawing that out of children, or not to be obstacles, like to follow the curiosity they already have.
Okay. What is one of your greatest accomplishments that you have met with in the teaching field?
Well, there are a few. The one that stands out is didn't happen with a very little one, but it was like second grade. There was a child that was really struggling with self-confidence just because he had not been in a good environment. I think he came to think that he wasn't smart enough. So just trying to get him out of that mindset and get him to love learning again. That took time and it took patience. But eventually he came along just like everybody else and he started learning.
Can you elaborate a little bit more of how you tackled that, or how were you able to see that in that child?
Yes, I do not think that is something the educator can do by himself at the school setting. I think it has to be a collaboration between the student and the parent, because like I can invest a lot in the child, but the parent knows the child best. So I need the parents' help in getting their input to help the child.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle high stress environments?
I think there are a few de-escalation techniques, and I think it's crucial that when things start getting tense, we don't add to that. Usually, if there's a situation, especially with preschoolers, where they might get very angry at each other, or they might start getting physical, the priority is to set them apart so that nobody gets hurt, and then individually you calm them down.
Awesome. What would you say are some of the motivating me at all?
I think that sometimes I need to be more quick to get the support of another fellow teacher as I'm trying to tackle something. I think it is good to be enthusiastic, but we cannot do it ourselves.
Correct.
So I think I could improve on team building with the other staff.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what is a strength of yours that you would like to share with me?
I see potential in children. I'm very good at spotting what their strengths are, and I like to build on that. So I enjoy that as a teacher. I get to know a child throughout the entire year, and when I see that they're really good at something, I like to call it out, and because that's encouraging to them, and because they need that affirmation from adults, not just from me as a teacher, from their parents too. But since I get to spend so many hours of the day with them, I get to encourage them, or if I see that they're curious about a topic, I can give them more ideas, or recommend materials for the parents so that they can do that at home.
Awesome. All right, thank you, Thalia. I think we've come to an end of the interview, but do you have any questions for me?
Yes. Do you follow the regular public school calendar?
Yes, we do. We go along with the county
Okay.
calendar, so we all work together in that. So yeah, no, there's no difference. Same holidays, teacher work days as well.
Okay.
Alrighty, anything else?
Nothing that I can think of right now.
Alright, it's a pleasure. Again, I would like to thank you for your time. I enjoyed speaking with you and learning about your background. If you have any information that you would like to tag along with this that we require, and I'll reach out to you in 2 weeks. You can always reach me by email, and I'll give you a card before you leave. And thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful day.
Thank you.